Welcome back. Today we're diving into an absolutely brilliant tactical plan. We're going to break down step by step how one commander took a mission that was falling apart at the seams and turned it into a true masterclass in deception.
Okay, so let's just jump right in. We start with the architect of the whole plan, Benedictus, and he perfectly sets the stage here. He's basically saying what every good commander knows: no plan ever survives first contact with the enemy. Things are going to go wrong, and your ability to adapt on the fly, that's everything.
And boy, did they have to adapt. The initial mission was supposed to be a nice, coordinated attack on 3 enemy communication exchanges. But the problem was, before they even got started, a routine scan uncovered a crisis that threatened to blow the whole thing wide open.
So here's the crisis in a nutshell. The enemy isn't just out there somewhere, they're inside the house. They're listening. A status check of all the field units comes back with the worst possible news. Killbots have compromised several outposts, and they're now actively monitoring their radios.
This is the nightmare scenario Captain Monroe is looking at. He's got 75 people spread out across 15 outposts. But this report, it shows a huge vulnerability. 3 of those posts, a total of 15 of his men, are compromised. They aren't his assets anymore. They've become the enemy's personal listening stations.
So, this is the million-dollar question, right? How in the world do you get new life-saving orders to your loyal troops when you know for a fact the enemy is listening to every single word you say? Well, the answer is you create a fake drill that's actually a set of very real, coded commands.
Can you imagine hearing this over the radio? Captain Monroe gets on the open channel and just starts rattling off these completely bizarre commands. To the killbots listening in, it must have sounded like total nonsense or maybe just some really weird training exercise. But for his own troops, this was their lifeline.
And this is where the genius of the code really shines. Wear black attire isn't about fashion, it means immediate radio silence. Play musical chairs isn't a game, it's an order for every single unit to start cycling through radio frequencies. Every one of these strange phrases is a precise, hidden command.
And here it is, the checkmate move. It's just brilliant. The loyal troops, they hear musical chairs and they start jumping frequencies. The killbots, they don't understand the code, so they stay right where they are. And their silence on the new channel instantly confirms to every other soldier which outposts have fallen, and proves without a shadow of a doubt that this is a real life-or-death situation.
But Monroe needs to be 100% sure the other 12 outposts are still his, so he immediately issues this series of rapid-fire challenges. And you can see the pattern, right? They're all based on oxymorons, opposites. His troops, who have trained for this, fire back with the correct countersigns, confirming they are still in control.
Okay, so let's move on to the next phase and see how this all builds. They've managed to establish a secure channel between the loyal troops, but they're far from safe. The new mission is to get 60 men evacuated, and to do it without the enemy having a clue.
To keep up the charade, Monroe completely changes his persona. He becomes this kind of weird radio DJ. He announces he's going to play a Devo song, but the real command is hidden in the announcement itself. The song is 3 minutes and 16.6 seconds long, and that's not random at all. It's the secret new radio frequency they all need to switch to.
The order is simple, but absolutely critical. Jump to the new frequency you got from the song's runtime, and then immediately power down. Turn off all radios, pack them in the vehicles, and get ready to go mobile. They're about to go completely dark.
For 10 minutes and 20 agonizing seconds, there is nothing. Just absolute radio silence. Can you imagine the tension back at headquarters? You've sent out this incredibly complex, coded message, and now you just have to wait. Did it get through? Did all 12 crews get it? It's just silence.
And then finally, the check-ins start rolling in, all 12 crews. The relief must have been incredible. But the orders that come next are ironclad. No big convoys, no group meetups. They have to evacuate in staggered intervals, making their retreat look like just random vehicle movement, not a coordinated escape. So, the men are on the move, and they're safe for now, but the threat isn't gone. Those killbots are still out there, and they're hunting. This is when Benedictus, the architect, shifts the plan from defense to offense. It's time to set a trap.
His tech expert does a quick scan for nearby power substations, and the results are the key components for his trap: 2 operational rural substations and 1 residential one. These aren't just pieces of infrastructure. They're about to become the bait.
And the pressure is just immense. They've got less than 4 hours before they have to ditch their own headquarters.
What that really means is they have maybe an hour and a half to set up this incredibly complex electrical trap and just pray that it works.
And now we get to see the culmination of all this planning. What comes next is this multi-layered gambit, and it's all designed to do one thing: lure those hunting killbots into a trap by creating a massive, irresistible, and completely fake target.
The plan is just audacious. Teams are going to shut down one substation just to cut down on the background noise, and then link and overload the other two. At the same time, they're setting up a dozen radios, all powered by car batteries, and broadcasting a fake message to make it look like a huge force is gathering in the south.
This false narrative is the final piece of the puzzle. It's a radio transmission on a loop, broadcasting fake orders. But, and this is the most critical detail, the coordinates in that fake message are the real coordinates of the powered-up substations. So to any enemy sensor out there, the massive energy signature and the radio traffic are coming from the exact same spot, which makes the whole deception completely believable.
So the trap is set, the bait is out there, and the southern threat is being handled with just incredible ingenuity. But as we're left with this final hanging question, it's this perfect reminder that in warfare you solve one problem and it almost always reveals another one. This southern diversion is brilliant, no question, but an entirely different threat is still looming up in the north.